joining us here on the Rich Eisen. He's kind enough to call in during the Super Bowl shows where we were in Vegas after he won Coach of the Year. And here he is now zooming in the day after he got a well-deserved contract extension in Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski, good to see you, Coach. How are you?
Good to see you guys. Appreciate you having me. I'm ready for any Philadelphia trivia if you guys want to go to that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, who want the 93 Phillies batting order?
Oh, yes. Oh. You got that? Seriously.
Go.
Careful. You ready to go? What do you
Lenny
got?
Dykstra,
Okay.
Mickey Morandini, John Kruk, Dave Hollins, Darren Dutch Dalton.
Nice.
Let's go Jim Eisenreich.
Nice.
Left field will go Pete Incaviglia. Shortstop was a call-up that year, Kevin Stocker. And then let's put Schilling on the mound.
Okay. Kevin Stefanski.
Nice. Well done.
Seriously, who would you go up against? You know, a Philadelphia guy. Who do you know from back in that day where like I would beat that guy in that game right there, Kevin? Who's that?
You know, I was 11 years old during that 93 World Series, so there were many wiffle ball games during that summer. So that batting order is etched into my memory. But yeah, I don't know. You get one of your guests. We'll go head to head whenever.
And I know this may be a third rail issue with the Guardians playing so well right now. Are you still locked in on the Phillies right now and how well they're right now? I
have an AL team and an NL team. So
well done.
Obviously, always love my Phillies. I love Rob Thompson, what he's doing down there, and what the Guardians are doing here in town has been incredible. Stephen Vogt's doing an awesome job as a first-time manager. I'm going to get down to see him, I think, next week to formally say hello, but really proud of how they're playing.
I love it. So just jumping right into everything going on with you, congratulations on the contract extension. What went through your head as you put pen to paper on that for you, Kevin?
Yeah, for me, Rich, as you know, this job, there's a lot of things that you love about football and why we do this, and it's a game. And then there's the business side of football, which is not always fun. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the business side. As you can imagine, when I walk in the building, that's like the last thing on my brain. But to be able to do this with the Haslam family, with Andrew Berry, to partner with Andrew, we feel really strongly about the vision that we have for this football team, and we haven't accomplished anything yet in our minds. We have a lot of work to do, but excited about being entrusted with this responsibility from the Haslam family.
When you mentioned Andrew Berry, the general manager, who was also extended, were you aware that you and he together are the first coach and general manager regime, if you will, extended by the Browns since 1999, their re-existence? Kevin?
Yeah, I didn't. I was not aware. Obviously, I saw that yesterday. Listen, I was not here for a lot of that,
yes,
as you know. And really, when I took this job back in 2020, listen, there's a lot of people that tell you certain things about an organization, and I honestly, I didn't care about the past at all. And I continue to respect this. This is a storied franchise. We just spent time today talking to the team about this franchise and the giants that have come before us. So I respect that part of it. But in terms of how it affects how we operate in the future and what we do in the present, it really didn't factor into our line of thinking.
And so in terms of 2024, so much is I guess predicated or hinged or placed into the baskets of some returning from injury players. What's your assessment of Deshaun Watson right now and his readiness for this season and what to expect, Kevin?
He's doing a great job, Rich. Really, from the second he had that injury and then got fixed up, he's been chomping at the bit, doing everything that medical tells him he's allowed to do. He's always asking to do more, but really where he is right now is he's throwing at practice. He's looking good. I said it the other day, he looks like himself to me. I see what he rips the ball, and that's kind of what I've always seen from number 4. So we'll continue to bring him along at the direction of our medical team and Deshaun, obviously. But I really like where he is right this minute. And then we'll ramp him up as we get going for the season.
Well, and again, when you say it looks like him, is that the Texans version of him? Honestly, like, because it's been a while since we've seen Watson healthy and looking like a top 5 quarterback in this league.
Yeah, as you know, we always talk about we want the best version of ourselves, and I want the best version of Deshaun. He's constantly getting better. I see so many of these veterans, Rich, as you know, every single year you challenge them to get better. Even the guys that you feel like they're at the height of their craft. Look at Myles Garrett coming off that Defensive Player of the Year. He will be challenged both by us, and I know he does this to himself. He needs to get better. There are things that he can do better. I know Deshaun is in the same boat. He wants to be better. He wants to play better every single game, every single year. I also, even if you look back to last year, that Baltimore game is pretty fresh in my mind, where with a bad ankle and bad shoulder, he goes 14 of 14 in the second half and beats a unbelievably good team at their place. So I'm excited for where he is right this minute. With plenty of work to do, and I know he's going to continue to get better and get healthy, but I'm excited about Deshaun.
Yeah, he was dynamite in that Ravens game, and then I was just totally bowled over, gobsmacked that he was hurt, like where, when, right? I mean, it was one of those things. And so what's Nick Chubb's status that you can share with us, Kevin?
Yeah, he's doing great. He's here. He's out watching practice. He's rehabbing every day. I think he's the first one in the building. He gets whatever rehab he's prescribed. I think he's doing it twice. He is doing everything in his power. I'm not putting a timetable on it. He's not. He's really got the blinders on and focusing on the work that's in front of him. But it's so fun to have him in the building, in the meetings, out at practice, and his teammates. And he was around last year, Rich, during that whole run we had. Nick was in the building. He was around. So he saw it firsthand. He understands how much this team thinks of him, and he'll continue to push himself to be out there as soon as he's ready.
When I appreciate you talking injuries, I know that's like one of the least favorite subject matters of a coach, and crystal balls and figuring it out. So, I mean, is it possible we see him week 1, September, Kevin, do you think?
I could go the NHL route and just say it's a lower body injury.
Extremity. Go extremity.
Extremity.
Yes, right, exactly.
I can't, again, no time frame with Nick. As you can imagine, the way I feel about Nick, the way his teammates feel about Nick, we're behind him 100%. I would not doubt this young man.
Well, and obviously, the way the attention being focused on your team only ratcheting up, and how successful you finished the season last year in the regular season and making the playoffs. The NFL doesn't just throw a team in front of a large audience in week 1 just because. Last year we saw the Lions, after years of them trying to build their reputation up, getting thrown on Thursday night kickoff against the Chiefs. What did you think of when you heard them say Browns hosting Cowboys week 1, Tom Brady in the booth, Fox, whole country's watching? What do you got for me on that?
Yeah, we love that. As you know, we love playing those later in the afternoon games, those night games. We'll play at 1 o'clock too, if that's what the league asks us to do. But
sure.
Players love playing with a big audience. Obviously, that's a great challenge for us, having the Cowboys come to our place. They're well coached. They got great players. And then you got your Michigan buddy doing the game, which is
That's right.
an added bonus. But we're excited about, really, that schedule comes out. You look at a lot of things. You look at where the bye week is, how many road games in a row, how many home games in a row. And then, of course, your eyes go to that first game. So we're excited about it. NFC East champs coming to our place.
Yeah, I don't see too many teams, have 3 in a row on the road, followed by 3 in a row at home, and then a bye. Is that a first for you?
I asked our crack staff here, our crack PR team, led by Dan Murphy.
Yes.
I asked him that, and he's sitting right here. Murph, was it Arizona? Arizona Cardinals a couple years ago, that happened to them. So right out of Murph's lips to your show, Rich.
Okay. So it is a rarity, no doubt about that. Speaking of Michigan men, you drafted one, sir, and you drafted a special one as well. And certainly, Zach Zinter's career at Michigan ended against a lot of, Buckeye fans in the big house when he broke his leg. What have you seen in him, and how is he doing in his readiness for a rookie season, Kevin?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He fits in really well in this building. He just works hard, doesn't say much, does a great job hanging out with his teammates. He's just a good person. We know what he meant to that Wolverine football team, and you saw it when he was injured. He was a leader for that ball club. So he's doing everything he needs to do right now. He's not 100%, but he's darn close. So we're excited about him. He's a young man that is going to come in and work. And fortunate for him, he has some incredible guys to look up to in our offensive line room, especially in the interior. You have Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, Ethan Posick, all vets, all guys that have done it at a high level. So he doesn't have to look very far as to how to do it. But I would tell you, he fits in really well.
All right, and to be fair and balanced here, Michael Hall Jr. was your first draft choice selection in the second round out of Ohio State. You're going to stick him right next to the Grim Reaper, or he moves aside as the Grim Reaper, like crossover dribbles over the center or whatever? Is like, what's your plan for him?
Yeah, Kevin? Coach Schwartz is cooking it up right now as we speak. We're excited about Mike Hall. He's a Ohio State kid. He's also a Cleveland kid, Streetsboro. So he's right down the road. We really think his skill set, his talent fits what we do. It fits. He's a DNA fit for us and how we play and how we attack off the ball. So we're excited about Mike. He's a young kid. He's not yet 21. He's working very, very hard, but we're excited about Mike.
And then I guess to finish the Buckeye portion of this conversation to show I am fair and balanced, how's Mike Vrabel doing over there on your staff as a consultant? What does he do for you?
What doesn't he do?
Nice.
You should see him. He's soaking wet after every practice because he's running the scout team. He's the middle linebacker. He's the heart of the defense in the scout team. He's helping out special teams. He's an asset for me. You know, Vrabes and I have known each other over the years, and we would talk, but when you're in the same conference, I can't pick up the phone and call him and ask him a question. Now I can, and he's down the hall. So I'm so thrilled that he's up here. Speaking of Ohio kids, this is another Ohio kid, Walsh Jesuit, down the road. So he's just a good person, a good friend. I'm thrilled he's up here.
Is he going to do stuff with you during the season? Is he going to be on the sideline? Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to work. He'll be here, and I told Braves, I said, I'll take as much as you want to give us. You want to give us 1 hour a week or 100? That's your call. So we're working through it because I am mindful of stealing him away from his family as well. So, but he'll be up here this fall, yes.
All right, last thing here. You've got a big night tonight. The Keepers Foundation. It's your family's charitable organization, keepersfoundation.org. What is happening tonight in Under the Lights? Coach.
Yeah, we're excited about this, Rich. So we got 2 events in our inaugural year, and we're going to start with a flag football event down at our stadium. It's Under the Lights, and as you know, our players love to play under the lights, and these young kids, these young boys and girls are going to get to play flag football at the stadium where their heroes play under the lights. So we're going to have an event down there, raise some awareness for our foundation, and then we have an event next Thursday as well. A unique one. We're calling it Night Out by the Lake, where we'll have some food and drink and live music and some very, very unique auction items for people. So all of this is to go to a good cause. And this Keepers Foundation, which we've started, is looking out for the kids in our community that need them to look out for the most. That's why it's called the Keepers. We are our brothers and our sisters' keeper, if you will. So we're looking out to help kids in our community. And we got a couple of events that we think will be a lot of fun to raise some money for a good cause.
Yeah, educational opportunities, mentorship programs, essential sources, resources and services, keepersfoundation.org. And so anybody who's listening to us or watching us in the greater metropolitan area there in Cleveland, you go there and they could play tonight under the lights on the same field. How cool is that?
Under the lights, nothing like it.
No, okay. And is Vrabel there giving him crap? I mean, is that part of it? I mean, because
Braves won't be there. Okay, won't be there tonight, but I'll put him to work. I got some stuff that he can do.
Well, send my best to him, Kevin, and thanks again. Congrats on the contract extension. I always appreciate when you answer the invitation to come on here. I don't take it for granted. Thanks.
Of course. Appreciate you, Rich. Have a great day.
Thank you. And by the way, thank you for the first mention in the almost 10-year history of my show of Mickey Morandini. You're the first. That's a first for us.
Second baseman.
There you go.
And Rich, he choked up on that bat real high.
Well, I mean, yeah, he wasn't sitting back in the batter's box ready to just take somebody yard. That's for sure. I remember that. Right. Thanks. Take care of yourself, Coach. You be well. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.